Hello, this is Ami Diamond. In this episode, I'll show you tips and tricks regarding importing of lists. So, in order to create a list, we will go to the app launcher, the 9 dots, and choose lists. And we will have, we'll click the new list, and we will have 3 possibilities or 4 possibilities, either to create a blank list that in this situation you will actually add your columns by yourself. You have the possibility from Excel. You import a Excel file. You have from the existing list, and you have the template. In this training we'll talk about importing an Excel. So I'll choose from Excel. You can upload it from your desktop, or you can find it from your OneDrive, or from, if you're in a SharePoint site, from your document libraries. Now I have a Excel file which is a list of countries, and I have all kinds of columns. I have countries, I have regions, I have dates, I have a yes no, a link, and also another yes no. This is saved as a table. If you create a list which is not a table, you will need to, let's say this is the table, you'll need to mark it and do insert and table. You will see that now it's changed colors. Now it's a table, it has a name, and you can refer to it. See table 1. So we want to import this file. So we'll close Excel, press upload file. I'll choose the file where it's stored, and now there's some kind of a wizard where you can define what type of columns will be in the SharePoint list. So first of all, it recognized the table, which is countries and areas. The first column I don't want to import because it's just a number. The country I can choose as a title. The ISO I can choose as a single line. The continent I will choose as a choice, so as region 1. The date should be as a date. It's showing now not as a date, as a number, but if I change it to a date, you'll see it looks much better. Now for the true yes or no, there's no possibility to choose a yes no, so I'll leave it as a choice. And there's no possibility for a link, so I'll just leave it as a link, as a single. And also this yes thing, yes or no, I'll leave it as a choice. Once I press the next, I can give it a name. I'll call it import 5, and I will store it, for instance, in a site called USA. Now in a couple of seconds it will import the information. You will notice that even if we defined the column as a choice, it will not put the default choice columns, and that means that we need to do additional work. So you see, I defined the continent as a choice. I'll go to the column settings and press edit. You'll see it's a choice, but I don't have any choices for the user to choose later on. So what we need to do, if we have a lot, it will take a long time to enter it. I would go to the Excel and what I will do is I will make like a pivot chart of the content. Let's see if I created it. Yes, I created. So I'll just copy the unique values, and then I will go and click on the choice and just paste. you see I pasted and it entered all of the values as a unique value. And now if I add a new item, actually I will be able to use this value. So let's look for this, and we have continent, and I can choose one of the continents, Antarctica. Okay, so let's see what else about the other columns. The date came out okay. The date is actually American, but this I can change it on a site level. Regional settings, and what I wanted to show you is what do I do with a yes no or with a link. If I edit this true or false, I cannot choose a yes or no column, so this is a problem. Once I tried to do it with values of true or false, the other time I tried to do it with yes no, it was not possible to do it. If you see, I just cannot set it like that. So my next idea was, okay, let's create a new column and copy and paste. So I'll create another column, and which is yes or no, and I'll call it a new yes no. And the issue is that, look, I go to edit grid, and if I try to copy these values, not really, because it's a checkbox. It's not really a yes or no. Let me mark all of these, the mouse, and then I'll mark all of these and paste. It's doing something very strange. Sometimes it's marking, sometimes it's not. Now I also tried to do it if I format this column, see, because it changes it to true or false, or sometimes yes or no. Let me format this column and save it. See, it's a yes or no. Okay, it just put yes or no because the default is like that. But let's say I now copy all of this, copy and mark this to paste. No, it's not doing it. Now the problem is also, as you see in the edit, you can only have up to 100 items. Now I don't think it's nothing to do with the view, it's just how it shows it. So this is a problem, and it's interesting to find what the community can offer for that. Same thing is for a link. I want this link not to be a text, I want it to be like a hyperlink. So I'll create a new column and call it link 2 or 3. I'll save it. Now I want to copy, let's say this thing here, and I'll mark it. Oh, this works. The issue is if this list has something like 200 items, and to start marking is not that user friendly. What I try to do is to go here, press the shift, and then go to the end of the list and press the mouse, keeping the shift pressed, and then I'll copy this. And no, it's really not that user friendly. Yeah, I hope Microsoft can do better. I wanted to show you if it's a totally new list and I want to copy some data, sometimes it works. So let's create a new list. So not by importing, but by copy pasting. So I'll create a blank list, call it DDD, and I will have let's say 2 columns, and from the Excel I'll try to copy the information. So for instance, the country and the user code. So I might do Control-C, then I'll go to Edit Grid, mark both of the columns, and just press paste. Did not work. Let's try again. We have the undo, so I'll mark both of them and paste. Hello. Let's see. Yes, this time it worked. So sometimes, yeah, but you see it takes line by line to be updated. So, and if I'll try to exit now, it will not let me. So it's much slower. So let me know what you think, and if you have any tips or recommendations, comment. If you like my video, subscribe to my channel, and have a nice weekend, and goodbye.